Pros are just amateurs who know how to gracefully recover from their mistakes. And my friends, how do you gracefully recover? You just keep pushing forward. That was from Kevin Kelly. Let's jump into these charts. Everything up for the day except the trade that, of course, we are in, which is a short trade, and that is 20-year U.S. government bonds. We will get there when we get there. Let's start first with the S&P 500, up 0.60%. Again, finishing up the week with the candle just sitting right there at the top of our ceiling. We didn't quite get to average volume close. I kept hoping it would roll over, but as I kept telling you, not likely in an election season. Market just keeps plugging up, slowly tired, but it just keeps on a chugging. We can see it was up in the morning, about the same in the afternoon, overall up 0.60% in what appears to be a tired market. But again, it could get exuberant based on who wins this upcoming election. I don't know that a whole lot's going to happen between now and then. What do we see going on with the NASDAQ 100? Not even, let's see, it's all the way back to the 9th of September that we've had average volume in the NASDAQ 100. It did go a little bit higher, 0.16%. We've gone above this ceiling, but again, unlike the S&P that has moved on to a higher high, the NASDAQ, it hasn't gotten anywhere near where it was back in early July. I said anywhere near. It's $15 or more off. So we'll continue to keep an eye on things as this market continues to just plug around. And again, it won't surprise me if it just keeps plugging up or just stalls. We are in the fall-winter trading zone. That is their favorite time of year where things do tend to move better, more able to track them. Again, this is a strange year. Now, the 20-year U.S. government bonds, of course, they've already hit. Earlier this week, hit our profit ban on that initial move down close to 2%. I actually took the worst time you could have gotten in on that first week. Actually, the getting in point would have been on that Friday around $98.27, but I went ahead and took the even lower $97.11 to plug that in, and we already still hit the almost 2% profit, and we would have sold half of that in our practice trade and let the rest of it ride. And you might say, Tom, how do you buy 20-year U.S. government bonds and ride them down? You don't. You buy TBF. That is just the single short of 20-year U.S. government bonds, and they, of course, have been going up. Now, you might say, well, they're a completely different price. That's right, but the way these inverse funds work is they're derivative trades by the people that manage them to, again, match percentage for percentage. When 20-year U.S. government bonds go down, TBF goes up. If it goes down like it did today, 0.40%, then, of course, TBF goes up 0.40%. Now, these inverse funds are different than regular ETFs or stocks. They are managed very closely, hence they have high management fees. They recalculate on a daily basis so your losses can be magnified. It is the kind of thing you want to practice trade. That's why we encourage you to do it, so that you have options when the market starts to crash. If the S&P is crashing, you can go into SH. The NASDAQ 100 is crashing, you can go into PSQ. Now, these are single inverse funds. We like them better because they're not the leveraged crazy funds that, again, can magnify losses even greater. So we just use our charting knowledge to be conservative and to give us some options. Practice trade it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't have to do it. You're not playing with your real money. Okay, that is where we are on bonds, continuing to move down. Things are looking sweet. We're letting the profits ride on the other half. And again, bonds just continuing to trundle down. What about gold? Gold, after pulling back for 4 days, we can see particularly those 2 days in particular, 4 days overall, man, gold started moving around, going up a little bit on Thursday and then jammed up on Friday morning, overall ending the day 1.09%. How did it end for the week? Well, the most recent high was 247.37, 245.92 was the high for the week. So green spinning top, not even average volume. This red doesn't mean negative volume. It means that this week's candle started lower than the prior week's candle. That's all the red means, but it's helpful to know that. So again, seeing if gold is topping out. Tell you what, friends, just for giggles, let's see what's up with CLV. In fact, you'll see what we talked about earlier in the week with SLV, silver, when we were doing charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies. And we can see again, silver pulled down like gold, and then the last 2 days popping up. It ended up with a green doji, which again makes me wonder about silver. That is curious. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, that is indeed a green spinning top, a doji. I mean, you can shrink this stuff down and get it to turn into one. You can always spread it out farther to get things to look like whatever you want. I was hoping it would be red because, of course, last week we had the interim high. And this week, interesting. Didn't go red on us. We did have, of course, opening lower than the prior closed and a spinning top. So I'm just wondering if silver's move is coming to an end, and maybe that portends the same with gold. Don't know. Not yet. At least we don't have the trigger pull yet, but we will pay close attention to that and just see how much longer the precious metals are going to go up. What about Bitcoin? Man, did it rebound today after 1, 2, 3 days of decent down movement, accelerating down movement. Look at that prior volume at the end of the day yesterday, and then turned around even higher volume this morning, going up, and even higher in the afternoon, up 5.85%. What did that mean for the week? It meant that we just ended the week with what? A doji. Lots of indecision. Looks like it's a green one tending up, and right there at average volume. So that's a curiosity. Again, hard to read Bitcoin, but that's okay. We just keep the powder dry. We watch, we wait, we see if Bitcoin's going to give us a readable chart the next time it really accelerates up. So far, hasn't happened lately, but we will continue to hope for that. You guys asked me to start tracking it years ago, and I have been doing so faithfully. By the way, releasing to the general public today, you will see Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies, where we review some interesting commodities, world currencies, and of course, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BitW. That is what is it called? Bitwise. It is the top 10 cryptocurrencies. They're weighted as per market share, with, of course, Bitcoin being the number 1, Ethereum number 2, and then the other top 8. That is where we are, folks. So appreciate you being with us. Always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless my friends. All the best and have a great weekend.